Asante Themba. It seems mimi tu na wewe hatujabadilisha majina.
Inafaa Julia pia sisi twende jikoni, hata Stone PK bado yuko ngangari pale.
Yeah, hata Stone PK. I was struggling to pronounce, and so unknown script had another thing there. Shh. Then unknown alafu akatoa. You should have seen his other name Themba. He came back, changed. But good to see all of you. Stone PK Themba, Mzalendo, unknown script, Brother Benson. Okay, hiyo jina ni ngumu. He'll teach us how to pronounce. I also cannot pronounce that. Now, I just came in. Themba, this debate is really tiring. You are giving Mzalendo time to give us too much trash. I'm sorry, Mzalendo, I apologize. Let me say this. Too much. Let me do the word trash. Too many things that don't make sense. And the debate is becoming so tiring and so boring. I mean, from my side. And so boring because, I mean, wasting our time talking about, I heard Mzalendo saying that this war is between Uhuru and Ruto. Which war is between Uhuru and Ruto? As we don't care. Even I heard Stone PK said yesterday, we don't care. Uhuru is retired and he's not vying for presidency. So if Uhuru is not paying tax, let KRA follow him. So we are not interested. So if Ruto is fighting Uhuru, he belongs to the school of thought wenye kama kwamba anasikia in Kikuyu we say anasikia kiwaru. He has a big potato inside his throat that he was never the son of the first family. And Uhuru was. And I always ask you, Mzalendo, you people, why you don't ask your mothers why they didn't marry the president, Jomo Kenyatta, ama Moi. Ingerikuwa mnaitwa first son. Me, I'm okay because I was not born there. Because maybe my mother hakuonekana huko. And I'm just...
First daughter.
Yes. Unknown script, I'm just okay with it. I was not born there. And I won't keep here fighting Moi's family. I mean, saying bad things about them. Or fighting Uhuru's family. Even Baba's family. I mean, God placed them there. So I can't sit here fighting Ida's children and saying, wanaringa, wakona pesa mingi, we'll do this for them. That is so barbaric and shady. So for an MP to come around, these MPs that Mzalendo is praising, these Kenya Kwanza thugs that he's praising, that to come around saying that we have withdrawn 20 bodyguards, who cares? Me, I don't have a bodyguard, and I'm a Kenyan. Why they can't give me one? So what makes you people think we care about you withdrawing Uhuru's bodyguard or giving him 100 or giving him more? Furthermore, Uhuru can even afford to hire his own bodyguard. And I think he can be licensed to carry weapons. Me, Julia, if I come to Kenya, I may not be licensed to carry weapons. Uhuru can be licensed. So this is high class, nonsensical. The withdrawing Uhuru's security is inconsequential. Kenyans don't give a damn about it because Uhuru can afford his own security. Uhuru can even decide to move his family abroad. He has family abroad. Did you know that Uhuru has family? Kama akona ma step brother mpaka Britain. He has property. I mean, his family has property abroad. If you withdrew security from Julia Mzalendo, that's a big deal. If maybe I was so much guarded and you withdrew security from me one day, then I think a non-script can complain on my behalf because Julia may not afford to pay for extra security. But Uhuru can afford everything. Now, you people, you're wasting time saying you'll tax. You can take all Uhuru's companies and have them for free, all of you, and you share. Mugawane KCC, ama Brookside, ama Nini. That will not make that family poor. So Mzalendo, go and tell Zakayo, awache hii ushamba konayo ya hali ya juu. If you find people It is fate. Sometimes it is maisha ni fate. You just find yourself, you are born in a certain home. Like Anon Street was born wherever he was born. Me, I was born in Mount Kenya. I didn't make any application to be born in Mount Kenya. And I was born from the parents that bore me. I didn't know I was going to be born there, and there's nothing I can do about it. Demba was born somewhere, there's nothing he can do about it. So, nyinyi mzalendo muachange huu shamba mko nao. Leave all Kenyatta's family alone. If you want to tax them, let KRA do their work and tax everybody, including those people of Keroches and those you are setting free. It's okay. Me, I said yesterday here, it's okay people to pay tax. Whoever is not been paying tax, they should pay tax. And withdrawing security, even me, I agree with them. But you should give him the security that is under the law. It's okay. But talking about it on top of the rooftops is high class nonsense. It shows ushamba wa hali ya juu. Today I saw somebody from Rift Valley, a member of parliament, he's talking at him, mtalipa ushuru. Who has not been paying tax? Me, I've been paying tax. So what is wrong with these Kenya Kwanza MPs? So me, that is that topic of Uhuru paying tax or not paying tax, and Mzalendo telling us that this war is not between Ruto and Baba. Stop lying, Mzalendo. There is first and foremost, we don't care about the bone between Uhuru and Ruto. Uhuru is no longer president. That is number one. And I don't think he wants to vie for presidency again. And the fight is not even between Baba and Ruto. That one I agree with you. It is by Kenyans. Is that Kenyans wants to correct this electoral injustice, and no amount of side shows mutafanya tusahau ati kutuambia maneno ya Uhuru. Let me tell you, Mzalendo, Uhuru is from Mount Kenya, but me, I have never seen him like face to face. I see him on picture on TV like you. Sijai kaenda mahali nikakutana na Uhuru pahali kwa streets. So I'm just like you. I'm just like another Kenyan. So whether you say, if you are thinking that we'll get into the fight of Uhuru and Ruto, that is what you people are thinking. And it was Uhuru. Nobody will care about that. And Uhuru can protect himself. And you all of you know Uhuru when you push him to the wall. All of you know Uhuru when you push him to the wall. He can protect himself. And was still, or maybe luckily for him, he has international connections, unlike Zakayo. I don't know how far Zakayo can go and where Zakayo can run to. I don't know. Sasa hii ni kama mawivu yenyu, mumejaa wivu. Kila uchao mkifungua mdomo zenyu ni dynasty, Uhuru family, Moi family, sijui whose family. You people, it is just by fate we were not born in that house, and we could not have been born in that house, all of us. So it is fate that family became the first family. Even Moi becoming president was fate. I mean, these things happen that are beyond our control. So me, this debate is becoming so boring by listening to what Mzalendo is saying, telling us here about that Uhuru Ruto war. This is not Uhuru Ruto war. It is Kenyans fighting against electoral injustice, period. And neither Uhuru, nor Ruto, nor Baba will stop them. So muandike kwa moyo yenyu, tell Zakayo to write in his heart, in his head, in his heart, in his blood, wherever he wins, he needs to note that down. That neither Uhuru, neither mentioning, they can even mention Uhuru 10 times every day. Tell them to wake up at the top of their mic and call Uhuru's name 10 times every day. We ain't care. We're not interested. Uhuru is not vying for presidency. So hamtabadilisha ni side shows zenyu hapa, mwache side shows zenyu ati kutuambia ati Uhuru's. The other thing I want to correct, Benson did not talk about education subsidy. We were talking about the money that is given to every student. Every student is financed by the government every year. But there's a subsidy that Uhuru's government gave on top of that. That is what is in contention. And Benson said he'll come back to confirm to us whether that subsidy is there. That's what changa you wombo yako Mzalendo. That is a lie you are talking. You are telling Kenyans here. We are still waiting to know whether the students have been given that subsidy. Ile ya kawaida, you don't know how the government finances. I've been in Kenyan school every year, and I know, I mean, for many years, and I know that every year the government of Kenya finances every student with some amount of money to the tune of 20-something thousand every year. Hiyo si subsidy. Hiyo iko kwa Basic Education Act. You can go and read Basic Education Act. But on top of that, because of the struggles Kenyans have been going through, Uhuru introduced subsidies, including education subsidy. Ile subsidy ya mafuta, ya unga. Education subsidy was one of them. So that is what Kenyans are happy now, so that has been withdrawn. Alafu unatuambia hapa watu wazee wamelipwa pesa ya miezi 4. Ati pesa ya miezi 4. So what? So they have 4 months they were waiting to be given money. Can't you be embarrassed telling us they have been paid for pesa ya miezi 4? I'm asking, Zelda, do you work in Kenya Kwanza government? Don't come to tell us things that are embarrassing. If I was you, I would not talk about it, that people are paid money for 4 months. I would shut up because it's embarrassing. For those 4 months, how are these people surviving? That is not something to brag about. That is an embarrassment on behalf of your government. So, whether Ruto scales up his revenge mission towards who, he let him take all the security. Unless he's planning to assassinate Uhuru and his family. If he's not planning to assassinate Uhuru and his family, nobody else hates Uhuru in Kenya. Uhuru is our bad. We love him. He's our hero. Nobody is going to touch him. Even the thieves in Kiambu cannot enter Uhuru's home. So if Ruto promises us that he's not planning to assassinate Uhuru, he can take all his security guards if he wants to. Is your achievement. Now MPs wanaongea upuzi wa Kenya Kwanza. They think they have achieved anything by talking about Uhuru's security being withdrawn. We have another agenda now. The agenda is Azimio Kibera rally. The agenda. You people stop going inside issues. That is the agenda in this show. I'm redirecting this show on behalf of Vemba now. That is the agenda now. The agenda is in this show. Should be, even those in the comment section, is that we are fighting electoral injustice. Right, PK? And we must achieve this. Amen, Asante.
With those many remarks.
Wewe una change topic. Topic ni Ruto scales up his revenge mission. Kibera. But what you have brought up is also true. That
ametoa CBC, ametoa kazi mtaani.
We are talking about also Azimio Kibera rally. So yeah, that's also the topic. So we have all that together. But you can imagine kutoka asubuhi mpaka jioni ukiongea juu ya Kibera rally.
Kibera rally ndio mambo yote Themba, because that is the only thing.
You can imagine ukiongea juu ya kitu moja kutoka asubuhi mpaka jioni. That will be more boring. But anyway, let's hear bro, hebu tuambie jina lako.
Hello, Bwana Themba.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Nilikuwa hapa kitambo, ni vile huwezi nikumbuka. Sijabadilisha jina.
Karaoke. Nimeona hiyo abusha karaoke nimeona. Lakini zingine sijui katoze, sijui nini.
Hapana, hiyo ni majina ya kijana. Ni vile sikubadilisha Facebook.
Ni majina ya kujibandika. Haya basi toa hoja zako.
Mimi sikuwa nataka kuenda in the direction Julie ameenda, but mimi nilikuwa nataka kuscale down hii topic ama ni scale down the ile pressure iko hapa. Nilikuwa sasa nataka kuambia, jana I was reading, I told one guy yesterday that wametoa security ya Uhuru. There was a guy we were talking with, akaniambia hapana hawezi, hiyo ni propaganda. Nikamwambia ngojea tu utasikia kwa news jioni. But nimeenda nikafanya research yangu kidogo na nikaona zile propaganda zinaendezwa. Kwa sababu kulikuwa na propaganda moja imeendezwa na sijui kama ni UDA ama ni nani wana propagate propaganda. Wanasema kulikuwa na 120 security guards. Security walikuwa wamewekwa kwa detail ya Uhuru and his family. Nimesoma na nikaelewa that the 120 security the 120 security officers walikuwa wamewekwa, they were in the security officers given to Uhuru from 2012 after ameannounced as the presidential elect. They were the 120 after ameelectiwa the presidential elect till the time that he finished to become alimaliza term yake. So the 120, and it's facts, uwezi kuwa president upatiwe 6 security guard, familia yako uko na watoto, uko na mama yako alikuwa first lady, expectaje atakuwa amepatiwa security sita? How will 6 security officers operate for a president and his children? Na when ni president, sasa hizo si ati alikuwa former, alikuwa president. So this whole narrative at year 120, it is security officers who were given to Uhuru from the time that, and the period that he was a president. So hata hiyo wamekuja ati kusema ati there was 120 na amekuwa na 120. There is nothing like 120. Or the moment Uhuru alishatoka kuwa president, Ruto alikuwa ameshapanga kila kitu. The moment alitoka, ni vile Uhuru hapendi kuongea. Uhuru hamtaimuona akiongea hata saa hizi. Unaona hata saa hizi today nimesoma au security waliongezewa 20. Uhuru amesema hata hawataki. Ama hujaona hiyo story Themba? Amesema hata hao 20 amepatiwa hawataki. Kwa sababu ya nini? It is something that was planned. After Ruto was inaugurated, wali plan everything. Everything was placed. But ni vile walikuwa naona hawezi shinda hii election. Walikuwa naona
inasemekana walikuwa spies.
Yeah. By the way, wacha nikwambie why they are removing the security officers. Si ati wanawatoa ati muone ati wametoa. They are removing, and there is something that is happening. They want to replace them with people who can give them information about everything that is happening. Everything that is happening. Juu hawana mtu wa kuwasaidia kule ndani. There is nobody to help them. Wale security officers walikuwa under Uhuru, wale walikuwa wamepakia. They were very loyal to Uhuru. So wana feel the pain kwa sababu hawezi pata information. There is nobody giving them the information. Na ndio ulisikia mpaka masenators fulani juzi wakisema ati sijui ati want Uhuru sijui alipe sijui taxation gani na sijui gani. Sasa kile kinawauma sana, they don't have the answer. Hawajui Uhuru anafikiria nini. They don't know what he's thinking about. Hawajui, juu amekuwa quiet, hawajui. Uhuru tulimuona tu juzi ndio aliongea tu one word akasema sijui wacha waendelee kuongea. There is nothing he's talking. So, and there is nothing dangerous kama mtu amenyamaza. You never know what he's thinking about. Hawajui. You never know mazishi ya, by the way, mi kile kitu nagojea, hata sigojei Kibira Rari, mi ile kitu ninagojea sana ni mazishi ya Magoha. Hiyo mazishi ya Magoha ndio nimegojea. Everything will be laid down there. Kama kutakuwa na mambo ambayo Uhuru atakuwa kitaka kusema, it will be all there. And we are going to wait and see. Tumebakisha tu siku kadhaa, date 11. That is where now the turning point will be. Hata wachana na Kibera Rari. Kibera Rari itakuwa ya momentum. Hizi ni momentum zina build. But let me assure you, ile mazishi ya Magoha ndio itatoa kila kitu. Itatoa kila kitu. Na watu watajua. Juu pia Ruto anasema Uhuru alipagi tax na familia yake haijalipa tax. How do we know that pia Uhuru ako na information ya vile Ruto hajakuwa kilipa tax from before? How do we know? Juu yeye anasema akona, sinisikia juzi wakisema ati yeye akona information, anapataga intelligence report. How do you know hata Uhuru apati intelligence report? Na hakuwa na intelligence report ya zile vitu Ruto amekuwa akifanya in his past regime. Juu unajua ni watu wawili walikuwa kwa regime kwa government moja na wanajuana. And that's why Ruto is trying very hard. Try very hard. Hata try anything, try very hard kupiga Uhuru. Juu anajua Raila hawezi piga Raila, atapigaje Raila? Hawezi. Sasa kile kitu anajaribu kufanya ni juu anajua dealings zile wamekuwa kufanya na Uhuru. So try kupiga Uhuru na zile dealings. Lakini ajui pia yeye labda yake iko motoni. Utajuaje? Asanteni.
Asante sana Karaoke for that information. And sisi tunataka Ruto na Uhuru waendelee kuchapana, waendelee kuanikana. Sisi shida yetu ni Chebukati, si shida yetu hata si Ruto. Sisi hatuna shida na Ruto. Hatuna shida na akianza kupiga his boss former boss, that's okay. Sisi ile matangazo ilifanywa na Chebukati ndio tuko na shida nayo
Na
kama wanaazimio.
nimesahau kuambia Bwana Themba, niliona Chebukati akisema ati apatiwe video. Unajua hiyo itamletea noma sana. Itamletea noma sana. Alisema ati provide na video.
Video iko wapi?
Wewe ngojea. Unajua Raila aongeagi kituana. Na usiaidhania Raila ataongea kituana. Raila akiongea kuhusu kitu lazima atakuwa konayo. Na Chebukati si wamesema 7 days. Haya, wacha tutaona after 7 days. Tunataka waende kotini. Tuone kama Chebukati ataenda kotini. Na asipoenda hiyo kotini, hiyo video lazima italika.
Wacha nimwambie watu ambao washatisha baba kitambo kwenda kotini. Ndio mzalendo ujue kwamba watu wengi wameshatisha baba kwenda kotini. Waiguru alitisha baba kwenda kotini, baadaye alienda kupiga magoti kwa baba. Kuna wengi washatisha baba wanaenda kotini na wajaenda kotini, baadaye wamekuja kuomba msamaha. So very many years ago Atur Margarian wakakuja nchini, Kibaki was the president. Baba alisema wako mahali fulani na wanafanya kitu fulani, mpaka wakati huo Profesa Kivutha Kibwana ambaye ndiye alikuwa assistant minister security akaja akasema kwani nani huyu anapatia baba information? So ukisema baba akisema ya kwamba kuna video, iko video, but hatapatia Chebukati. It is not up to baba to give Chebukati and to tell him that this is a video. Why do you need a video? In fact, ilikuwa kumchokoza tu. You know, Chebukati has been quiet for all this time aongeangi. He was needed to talk and he talked. That was the most important thing. At least he talked. Hizi siku zote baba amekuwa akisema Chebukati anafaa kushikwa, Chebukati anafaa kwenda, Chebukati amenyamaza tu. Sasa waliposema video, you smoke it. You just smoke him. Akaamka kuongea akasema, hey, nataka hiyo video. Bas, at least ameongea. Chebukati
and they are very confused kwa sababu unasikia Ruto akisema unajua watu wamechanganyikiwa sana hawa. Ruto alisema ati Raila alikuwa ameinvite IEBC officials. Ulisikia Ruto akisema hivyo? Alikuwa ameinvite IEBC officials. Kwa nini? Alikuwa ameinvite IEBC officials kwa nini? Kwa hivyo ina prove that IEBC officials walikuwa wameenda kuona Raila. That proves it.
Hata Ruto should not be speaking. Aendelee kuwa si ni president. Ni nini shida yake bana? Sisi tuko na shida na Chebukati. Yaani yeye ni player. In fact baba alishasema who is Ruto. Yeye anang'ang'ana na Chebukati. Matangazo ya Chebukati Azimio haikubaliani nayo. Ruto hakutangaza, alitangazwa. Yule alitangaza ndio tuko na shida naye. Mzalendo, shida si Ruto. Wacha nimlete Mr. G. Mr. G ameenda. Wacha nimlete Stone PK, amenyamaza hapa kwa muda. Pia aongee. Mr. G, umekuja?
Temba, dakika moja tu, kuna usafi unafanywa, natoka hapa. Endeleeni kidogo.
Haya, basi. Stone PK.
Asante bwana Themba na wale wengine. Na Julia pia hakuwa wakati tulikuwa tunajadili huu mjadala hapo mwanzo. Bro Benson pia na Mr. G. Mimi nilipokuwa natoa ile submission yangu ya kwanza nilisema sitakuwa distracted. Julia, umefanya vizuri, ni kama ulinisikiza, umeweka mkazo. Sisi hatuko we are past sijui nini, sijui Ruto, sijui UDA, hizo za kina Mzalendo, hizo hatuko huko. They are very cheap things, cheap theatrics. Zinaitu mtaani tunaziita vipindre. We are beyond vipindre. Ati toeni, hizo video mutoe. Hiyo utoto hatuko hapo sisi. Hatuko hapo. And we know when to do things. Hiyo utoto ya mtaani kuenda ati unatupa mawe kwa kichaka ndio uone what will come. You know, UDA is so childish. Alafu utoto na ujinga. You know, wanafikiria hii ni game, ni kamari inachezwa mtaani. They don't know lives are in danger. they are at high risk. Na no wonder ninapeananga example ya nyani wakiingia shambani, wanaingiaga wakijua shamba lina mwenyewe, na ukiona vile wanaiba mahindi kuchukua mpaka wanaweka zingine huko na kwa mdomo nini, to try and get as much as possible, manake wanajua mwenyewe wanakuja na mishale na watang'atuliwa. That is the truth. That is the truth. The thief is sitting on the throne. And as I said earlier on in my deliberation, I said majority of human beings live lies. The Muzalendos, the UDAs, they live lies. They know the truth, but they are denying. Most of them are thieves because they have been supporting thieves. Ukisupport ideology za mwizi muuaji, wewe ni mmoja wao. Ukisupport Yesu Kristo, wewe ni Mkristo. Unaamini Yesu alikuwa anafanya miujiza, alikuwa anabatiza watu. Kwa hivyo we correctly say wewe ni Mkristo. Kwa hivyo ukisupport mwizi, wewe ni mwizi. Ukisupport mrogi, wewe ni murogi. Ukisupport mchawi, wewe ni mchawi. Kwa hivyo hao watu hawezi ati sasa tukudebate it's subsidy, sijui zita nini. That's a waste of time. Because we believe they are thieves. Our agenda ni kuwatoa. Stand mtasema nini. That's none of your business. Let me quickly talk about easy side shows wanaleta. Sijui Uhuru security ni. Those are very cheap to propaganda, cheap to akina Itumbi. In fact, I'm happy that anaitwaje? Kariuki amesema hiyo. Yani hiyo propaganda hata mtoi wa nursery school hawezi buy. Ni utoi ingine ya ajabu ati Uhuru. Sasa wewe unafikiri unanyang'anya Uhuru security alafu unamnyang'anya security ndio uachieve nini? Alafu mzalendo anatuambia ati it is okay, it has been happening. Again, this is where now ujinga ya Wakenya. The fact that Stone PK alifanya makosa, mzalendo akuja airudie, Julia airudie, it doesn't legalize, haihalalisi. Na hapo ndio tunataka Wakenya waamke. We are so stupid that because Uhuru alifanya, sijui Kibaki alifanya, Moi alifanya, tuko pale na upumbavu na ujinga wetu. Time has come and that's what we want to end. If the law says Stone PK akimaliza kuwa rais anakaa na 20 security nini, unakuja na utoto na ujinga ya kutoa ati kwa sababu tulikosana. That's garbage. That shows how cheap you are. Irrespective of who, hata baba saa hii akiingia aanze kunyang'anya, hoping that Ruto akitolewa hataenda kamiti ama kunyongwa. And I don't know why he would be given, maybe because he was deputy, the law says he can still have it. But you don't interfere with what is in law. Kama ile retirement, ile pesa nani, you cannot come and start ati unasema kwa sababu amekuoppose you want to. That's a stupidity that we want to clear out of Africa. It's one of the most backward thoughts. Yeah? Mtu ukiingia president kama umeingia halali, forget about ule alikuwa. If it is things that he did which are criminal, send him to court. That is where we want to go. And that pace cannot be set by a thief. It cannot be set by a hyena. A hyena that has already started by giving madaraka to thieves and all the others. And we sit here hoping that Ruto will set things that the law sijui zilipatishwa 2013 and those are all useless as far as Ruto is in power. He is using them to steal. Like what I tell people, Ruto will create position ya nini. God forbid kama tutachelewa kumtoa. Ata create opposition seat. What will he do? He will create a shadow opposition of his people, his stooges. We know this guy. We know his tactic. Yeah. I keep on repeating, a hyena is a hyena. Amri ya kwanza ya hyena. You know, hyena came and, in my language, hyena came and did its 10 commandments against the Christian commandment. Na hyena yake, commandment yake ya kwanza is kulea mbele. Kukula kwanza, kugrab, kuiba. And now the hyena is in power. You expect that ianze kusema, mimi ndio Mungu wako, usiabudu Mungu. Hyena is a hyena. It is every opportunity that is available, the hyena will use to grab and grab power. So basically, let's not even debate about whatever. He can take all the security he wants. He can do whatever he wants. But it is true, he is so confused. He doesn't know what is going on. The way unaosikia mzalendo akiwa confused, that is a total representation of UDA. Although mzalendo alisema ajuani na Ruto, it is true, but ideology za Ruto anazifuata. So he's as confused as Ruto. They know nothing. He's saying ati sijui wazee wametoa hela. Really? But kusema hela hazijapeanwa is typical with UDA. Ati tumerelease. How much money has UDA released since they came in? They have released so much. Kwa mdomo kupayuka. Kwa mdomo kupayuka. Hizo majiwe za msingi wameweka. Can you go back and take any clips of some of those projects that are ongoing? Hiyo isipokuwa tu hiyo ku ground break and that's it. Camera zipige. Oh, president, I mean, and I've questioned that. Must you go to ground break every small, hata choo inatengenezwa mahali unaenda ku break? You are so idle that is what you need to know. Who are you proving? Umeenda Makongeni kuprove mradi inaanza. Una prove nani? Send your minister. I mean, it is so shit. It is so rubbish of what these UDA things they are doing. It's so nonsensical because they are idle. Secondly, prevention is better than cure. Again, it's a principle I follow. If we had prevented this hyena from entering the homestead, we would not be subjected to all this nonsense. Kenya, we have reduced to discuss mambo ya ujinga. We are discussing wizi. Unaambiwa debate mwizi versus mtu ule ako sawa. That is where we have been reduced. We have been reduced not to think. We are not using brains, as I said. People are not using brains. If you listen to people discussing here, most of them are not using brains. For 2, 3, 4, 5 hours, you try to pick a point, hakuna. Because the argument is, Ruto si mwizi. Kama Ruto ni mwizi, Raila ni mwizi pia. Kama But the agenda is, Ruto must go. Why? Ni mwizi. Akishaenda mkuje na nyinyi mfukuze Raila kama ni mwizi. An eye for an eye. We better all go blind until we get it right. If Baba takes over and you think he's a thief, na nyinyi mount pressure. Mkuje mumungatue. If he never won, you come and overthrow him. Let's go like Ghana. Twende hiyo motion. I overthrow you, overthrow me until we will get an equilibrium. Until we get it right. But we cannot be cowed by telling us, oh, Mama Ngina amenyang'anywa security. If you want Mama Ngina, enda umchukue. If you are that stupid, what is it you are going for? In fact, these people ni vile tu wanajiwekeleanga ma security ya upuzi. Haina nini? Nani ana haja na Mama Ngina? Utafanya nini? Upate nini? Yeah? It is nonsensical. All right. Lastly, let me say, when we talk of revenge is always with foolish people, simple minds. Okay, it's only cheap minds that keep revenge and all that. And also, if there is that revenge, Uhuru deserves it. I can't sympathize with him. Atiwe kidole na Ruto ni sawa, he asked for it. Okay, afirwe vile atafanywa ni shauri yake. He asked for it, he was there, he gave the sword, so he can be apelekwe tu kule atataka, ni shauri yake. In fact, I'm laughing when people are sympathizing with him. Ikiwa he is the real Uhuru that the people know, then he should, si mtaani tunazemanga acheze kama yeye. Asianze wacha watu tu wapige kelele. Hiyo ndio atafirwa. Uhuru hata atashikwa, atapelekwa jela. Akicheka hivyo anacheka. He has screwed us enough. Okay? He has screwed himself enough. Na atasukumwa mpaka itafika mahali he will not nini. Itakuwa kama ni wapi, Botswana ama huko kwingine. Because of course he has a lot of skeleton. Okay? By the time atakuja Na kwa Kikuyu tunasemanga kujigariukeria. Unajua za zile mtu amekutega by bad luck ukaanguka chini. Ukifikiria ati nini unakaa hapo chini, atakupiga ngumi na utaamuka. Uhuru has underrated or played, mishandled Ruto. Alimishandle hii, alikubali maneno ya Bomas, amekubali huo wizi wote ufanyike. Sijui alikuwa ni kadi gani alikuwa anasema nayo, 3 months ziliisha, hiyo kadi bado hatujaona. But me, what I know is the Moi came in and the same Kikuyus said he was a passing cloud. That's why I have some exceptional in those kind of thoughts about Mount Kenya. And I've always said Mulima ndio itaingiza hii Kenya kwa shida. It is Mulima which put us for 24 years waiting for Ruto. I mean, at Moi ataenda. Is a passing cloud. A passing cloud passed for 24 years. 24 years. Ni mawingu ilikuwa inapita ndugu yangu. Hata aka tusipong'oa hivyo tumesema. If you don't go Stone PK way, mutalia, mutasaga meno, mutaimba mkisema Uhuru hawezi pigwa, Uhuru sijui hawezi fanywa nini. Uhuru is nothing. He should have done something. Ana pesa, hiyo pesa yote itafinywa kabisa. Uhuru will go back to the streets hivi jokes. We've seen former presidents going with the rugged. It is very easy. But those who are clever, they get out and hold to power and control because you had the power. And the power is to remove Ruto. Si siri, si kusema ati sijui ati atafanya nini. Ruto is a thief. And you gave us this thief. You should actually fully participate in removing the thief. So I have no sympathies for Uhuru. I have no sympathies for Uhuru. Let him get it. Unless he changes. 3 months zimeisha, alituona. What are we saying? Alituambia alikuwa anataka kupeana kijiti, mtu akakimbia reverse. Anatuambia tutaona. He's warning us, and we are being swallowed. Now the guy is anaitwa the president of the Republic of Kenya. To remove him, it means what? Kuna kitu tunaitanga njogoma kwa Kikuyu ama Mount Kenya. That rungu, ile rungu yenyewe ile proper, unaijua saa zile unaing'oa pale. Na kuing'oa huwa imeingia mizizi imekita kule. Okay? So if we are not careful, hii rungu itakita mizizi, yeah? And it will be hard to remove this guy. You don't underrate somebody who you've already given the whatever, and he's there, he's calling himself whatever it is. I don't see Ruto giving up easily. So that's why we have to, if it's coup, it goes to coup. Whatever it is, if it's violence, it goes to violence. If it's sweeping over State House, that is what we should do. It's not at meetings, karanda, prayers, sijui wapi, nini. That was mobilization. Now we are already mobilized. We should sweep to State House. And then we see what he will do. Tukishindwa ni sawa. But people should not come here telling us, constitution, we are supposed to. Constitution mavia kuku. There is no constitution that Ruto is following. In fact, nobody should tell us about constitution. Constitution is mwananchi sasa. Chukua sheria mkononi mwako, chukua usukani, take over, run it. Run State House. Then we will be saying we won or we lost. Period. Not kukaa hapa tukidanganywa hapa debating, tukipewa mambo ya kakabweha vile Ruto is the best president there will be. How? A thief being the best president? Nimejaribu kutafuta kwa history. I read a lot. I've tried to read and get a president that was put in power and is a thief and had cases and has transformed a country. Hakuna. A president that led tribal crashes, Kenyans killing Kenyans. Hakuna. Never. You cannot support your tribe to kill others and you pretend that you utaunganisha. I've never seen a president that has been seen in clips saying he has a problem with one tribe in a country. A president of a country, a deputy of a country, talking in public rally, saying he has problem with us particular group of people, and that the first thing to do is to look for ways to deal with them. And we sit here lying to ourselves and listen to Akina Mzalendo giving us garbage about Ruto. Really? It's a lot of nonsense. Listening to somebody trying to wipe and wash a murderer clean. It's a waste of time, actually. If I was to come here to be lectured and be told how Ruto will improve this country, I'd rather not, honestly. Thank you very much. Back to you, Temba.
Themba, naweza ongezea kitu kidogo
Yes,
tu.
yes. Uh-huh.
Me, the only thing that is making me angry, mi hata vile PK amesema, me I'm not feeling for Uhuru, simsikilii huruma yoyote ama vile ati mtu anasema unasikilia huruma. The only person who I'm feeling the sorry for is Mama Ngina, because she's suffering things that she's not supposed to involved in. Hafai kuwa ameinvolviwa na hizi mambo za siasa. She's just suffering because of things that are happening juu ya watu wawili that are not ati ni kama vita wanapigana. It's not good. Si poa. Even the image itself si poa. It's like you go to Britain useme ati juu ati yao prince wawili wanapigana ati now even the queen is dragged. It's not good. Si poa. Because this lady, she's the remaining first lady. I don't think if Ruto understand that, who is the first lady of the Republic of Kenya. Yani hata Kibaki Kenyatta amekufa, Moi amekufa, Kibaki amekufa. She is the only one who is remaining. From that wale watu tunaweza sema they were inside in the government. She's the only one remaining. How can you do that? It's not fair at all.
Now I want to just add my voice to hiyo kitu Stone PK amesema. Let's be categorical here. Whatever Ruto is doing right now is not any different from what has been done with some previous regimes. Uhuru himself, he either actively or was silent when things were being done. The so-called state capture, it is here in this particular debate that we have looked at list of appointments to parastatos that was skewed. It is here that we talked about even some agreements. There were some people who strode the public service like it was their own. Some people from let me say, embarrassingly, some of the people from Central Kenya, they strode the public service like they were the who and who, I mean, Uhuru inherited the Kibaki public service. The thinkers of the Kibaki regime are the ones who came in with the Uhuru. He only changed a little bit. He didn't change across board. He brought back people like Akina Kimunya. You remember the Kimunya must go by Khalwale. So Kimunya was revived by Uhuru, So I must say that the rot is systemic. And yes, the same bad behavior that we wanted to be done away with, they inherited it. And so what Ruto is doing, you see, there were things that Uhuru did that I didn't agree with. Some of the things like what was the hurry in the change of the guards and the deputy presidents of residents that time. What was the hurry? And what some of the things that happened around that time were not making sense, in my view. So, fast forward, he's gotten a deputy who is probably also trying to be that kind of a person. Probably he thought that that's the way to keep power. So he's trying to do away. When Moi came in after Kenyatta, Moi did the same thing. Moi created his own power base. He removed the people who had been put in by Kenyatta, and he brought in his own people to help him be in power. Is it a normal thing? Yeah, it's a normal thing to do. As when you get power, you want to start aligning yourself and aligning your people. What is coming out? Personally, I don't find any problem with Uhuru and Ruto fighting, because that's not our problem. In fact, Uhuru and Ruto were in the same government. They ran the same government. They brought us to where we are right now. If only we had a clear competition between Raila and his people and Uhuru and Ruto, I think we wouldn't be where we are right now. We'd have had a clear winner. We'd have had a previous regime or a continuation of that regime. We ended with a confusion because of what happened between the two of them. Now they are extending their problems to confuse the problem that we are having. The problem between Uhuru and Ruto should not be our problem.
Asante sana Themba.
Their problem, they should keep sorting it out. If Uhuru and Ruto have a problem, it is their problem that took us to where we are, and it is their problem that us, we don't have a problem with Uhuru. And Ruto, if he has a problem with Uhuru, let them sort it out. Sisi tuko na shida na Chebukati. And what Chebukati announced, hiyo ndio shida tuko nayo.
Hapo nakubaliana na wewe Bwana Themba.
Sisi tunataka Chebukati akuje out clean kwa hizi vitu ali-announce. Hata Ruto yeye alikuwa announced.
Themba kuongezea tu kidogo. Unajua the confusion, just as you put it, probably Baba would be a very clear winner, and Ruto and it's called Ruto and Uhuru remained in the same team. The way they had mismanaged the country, they would have been beaten hands down. Now you agree that IBC would have done a good job. That is so obvious. But how do you, for example, you are an alternative government, you have been criticizing the same government, then you go back and say, sasa wacha tufanye kazi pamoja, without even bringing your policies, the things that you're fighting for your people. Kama Azimio, uweke kwa meza uambie Uhuru, bwana, mimi I want you to implement this because this is what we stand for. Then you join the government as an alternative. You join the same corrupt government. Then again, it becomes so difficult to articulate your issue because unapigania nini as a president? Unaenda kuchaguzi, unaanza kusema hii serikali haijafanya kazi na uko ndani ya hiyo serikali.
Bwana Themba, wacha niulize mzalendo swali.
Aya, muuliza alafu muuliza swali alafu tulete Mr. G.
And you be honest, be honest with your heart. Do you think that if Raila angeenda versus Uhuru na Ruto bado angeshinda na hiyo Chebukati? Do you think that?
Yes, Raila would have won. Raila would have won hands down. And let me tell you, this is what would have happened. A lot of people left Raila because he joined Uhuru. That one you don't know. So many people didn't go with him to join Uhuru. Wengi waliwacha kumpigia kura. Even the communities that were supporting him, the international community, they thought that this guy was a public defender, dining in the same corrupt government that has failed to fight corruption. Then when he joined government, there was no corruption at all until we went for election. What are you saying?
Okay, Mzalendo, and which communities are these that left Raila? Jumi, I want to know them. Which are these communities that left Raila? Because we need to take it from the 2017 election to 2022. Tujue nani walikuwa na support Raila, and 2022 nani wali support Raila.
I have told you time and again, Raila's support base imekuwa constant. His support base has been constant since 2007. aongezi na apungui. Unanielewa? So if you believe that he won in 2007, then definitely in 2022 he was going to win. If he continued consistently with criticizing the government and fighting for the people. When he joined the handshake, who was he fighting for?
Okay, Mzalendo. And what about the votes that he got that he has never gotten from Mount Kenya? That is what I want to know. Because Raila hakuwa anapata votes kama hizo Mount Kenya. He was not reaching above, even I don't think it was passing 400,000 votes. But what about the votes that he got from Mount Kenya? Because there is some votes that he lost and there is some votes that he gained. Don't forget that.
The gains in Mount Kenya are very, very minimal, very, very insignificant.
1 million is minimal. 1
very,
million
very
votes.
insignificant because Mount Kenya iko na kura ngapi?
Mount Kenya, by the way, unafaa kuunderstand haikupiga kura. In 2022 haikupiga kura. Haikupiga kura.
Wangetoka wapigie kura Raila. Kura ya Kiambu ni ngapi? Kura ya Kiambu peke yake.
So let me understand. Unasema hawakutokea kupiga kura. And obviously automatically tunajua wakikuwa na kura ngapi? Vile tulikuwa tunaambiwa 8 million, si ndio? 8 million votes hizo tulikuwa tunaambiwa registered, tuseme hizo registered. I'm not sure because those are ni vitu wanapeana, but they say 8 million. So around how many people voted? Around 5 million or 4 million, si ndio? Around 4 million, 5 million in 2022 election. So I'm trying to understand if Raila got around 1 million votes from Mount Kenya.
Yes.
From the 4 million. It means Ruto got how many votes from the mountain? 3 million.
He got 3 million. Na hiyo ndio alipata.
Is that something to brag about, ati kusema ati Raila watu wake stronghold ilikuwa Can you tell me somewhere that stronghold ya Raila Ruto got more than 1 million votes? Tell me.
Now skia. Now there's this vote in Mount Kenya that hawakupiga kura. Watu wale they either didn't vote for Raila nor did they vote for Ruto. Walikataa kuenda. Na walikataa kuenda kupiga kura kwa nini? Because they didn't see any value in Ruto and they didn't see any value in Raila. So there is that group. Then there is the 8 million Kenyans who never participated in the election. Do you know there are 8 million Kenyans who didn't participate in this election?
Yes.
And what is the reason for the 8 million Kenyans who didn't participate in the election?
So many reasons.
You should interrogate that and know that hawa watu wakupiga kura.
There were so many reasons Mzalendo ya kukataa kupiga kura. One of those ni hiyo umesema. Na mingi ilikuwa there was tension in the country. We were going for an election that had two people who are never in one side. Watu wawili ambao waliachana na wakachana kabisa. You know, it's better tulikuwa tunasema Uhuru na Raila. Sometimes walikuwa unaona wanaweza kuongea, but we were going to an election of two guys who hata ungesema they have hatred. You could have said they have hatred, two people. So that's why people saw miss tena kupiga kura, and some of them even walienda mashambani. Why did the people go to back to the rural areas? Kwa nini watu walienda nyumbani?
Now karaoke.
Why did people start going to home?
Unaona hiyo hatred is now what you are seeing.
Mzalendo. Na karaoke. Tumewasikia. Wacha tusikie Mr. G kidogo alafu nikuje kwa Stone PK. Stone PK anawashwa sana na kitu Mzalendo amesema, lakini wacha kwanza
Stone PK anawashwa sana, wacha amalize alafu mimi niingie.
Haya sawa basi. Stone PK.
Thank you Mr. G and Themba.